I'm not gonna waste your time. Here's how my hair went from this to this in just 6 months. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you're interested in healthy, long, and fast hair growth, this is the channel for you, so go ahead and subscribe with the bell icon so that you can stay notified. Now, let's begin. Step 0, changing your mindset. I did exactly what I said in this video for 6 months straight, and my friends and family could barely recognize me after. In September of 2020, I decided to go on a journey. During this journey, my sole focus was to grow my hair as healthy, as quickly, and as long as I possibly could. I've restarted a few times before this, but this time I was dead focused on getting it right. I stopped any unhealthy eating habits that I currently had. I cut out any damaging or potentially damaging habits to my hair that I could possibly think of. And I just solely focused on my hair with the mindset of, I'll get it right this time. I went into my journey with the expectation that my hair isn't going to grow as fast as everyone else's. Hair growth is primarily based on genetics, but there's other aspects that fall into it like hair type, hair texture, etc. On average, hair grows about ½ an inch each month, but remember, this is just an average. In all honesty, everyone's hair grows at different rates. And understanding this is going to be the first step that you need to take on your journey. Growing long, healthy hair isn't easy, because if it was, everyone would do it. I want you to pay attention to each part of this video because it's going to help you tremendously on your journey. Here's me 6 months after following all 4 of these steps, and I know that you can do it too. Step 1, hair damage. Before I could properly start growing my hair, I had to first realize and identify if I had any sort of hair damage. For most of you guys, if you have very short hair currently, you shouldn't have to worry too much about damage at all. But if you're starting off with already a good amount of hair on your head, you might want to consider identifying if you have any sort of hair damage. Hair damage can be a little tricky, but it doesn't mean that it's the end of the world. A lot of hair damage is manageable or reversible, like having dry hair or having split ends. So it's important to identify if your hair is already damaged and take the necessary steps towards reversing it or getting rid of it. I don't want to spend too much time on this step, so if you feel like you need more help identifying if your hair is damaged or not, you can watch my dedicated video on it here on the screen. After I took a look at my hair to see if my hair was damaged or not, I realized it wasn't really damaged, but I decided to start over anyways because I just wanted a fresh, clean start. Step 2, oil. The condition or the state that you keep your hair in consistently during this journey is going to be extremely crucial. Hair is very similar to a plant in the sense that it consistently has to be hydrated and nurtured to be able to flourish. After I started to understand this, I took a look at my hair and realized that my hair was primarily on the drier side. So I created a hair routine around this, and I incorporated hydrating and nurturing products into my weekly hair routine. The first of the products, and what I actually found to be the most important in the entire routine, was incorporating oil. You want to apply oil to your scalp. This is a very important key to having successful hair growth, and it's constantly neglected by most people. Your scalp is where your hair grows from, so it only makes sense to take care of it. Similar to a plant cannot thrive without proper soil conditions. So in the sense of hair, your scalp acts as your soil. You won't be able to sprout a healthy plant without first properly caring for the soil. The soil being your scalp. When picking a hair oil, it can be a bit tricky because it's hard to find what oil best works for your hair. But one of the very best oils that I found that works very well for all hair is wild growth hair oil. It works extremely well for most people simply because of the fact that it's a mix of essential oils and nutrients all blended and mixed together into one tiny little bottle. So you don't have to worry about what's going to be the best for your hair because you're literally getting the best of everything. I'll link all the products that I mentioned in this video in the description below. But after I started to properly care for my scalp, I couldn't neglect my actual hair, which brings me to the next step, conditioning. So I started diving into what products will work the best for my hair. I started really getting into all of the technicalities of different hair products and what does what. And during the end of my research, I found that more natural hair products tend to work better with my hair, probably with most people's hair. I've realized a lot of hair products contain a lot of ingredients that just don't need to be in there. I have no clue why they even implement them. Whether it's to try to preserve the product as long as possible or to give the product a certain scent, there's a lot of ingredients that just don't need to be in hair products. After experimenting a whole lot with different products and what worked well for my hair, I ended up finding a brand that I actually love, which is going to be Alikay Natural. The reason that I love Alikay so much is because it mainly consists of all natural ingredients. All natural meaning that these are ingredients that typically normally can be found in like the wild. There aren't a whole lot of unnecessary, unnatural ingredients in their products, and then on top of all of that, most of their products smell amazing. I implemented their lightweight lemongrass conditioner, and then after I implemented that, I went in with something a little bit heavier, so I used their Shea yogurt. But this is what worked very well for me. You might need to tweak it or change it a little bit to fit your hair's needs. But once you find a good conditioner, you want to then incorporate that into your weekly routine. So you're going to want to for sure oil your scalp first and make sure your scalp's conditions are good. Then go ahead and go in with the conditioner and make sure your hair conditions are good at all times. The conditioner is a little different. You can apply this as often as needed. So if you feel like your hair is very, very dry and you might need to incorporate it into your daily routine and apply a little bit of conditioner every day, you can feel free to do that. If you feel like your hair is primarily oily and it's usually constantly conditioned, you can start to implement that into it less often. So adjust it however you need to, find what works best for you, and that's going to be the best thing for your hair. That brings me to step 3. Step 3 is going to be oil again. So after moisturizing your hair and getting your hair in the proper conditions, you now want to seal in all of that moisture with that same oil you used on your scalp on now your actual hair. This is going to be insanely good for your hair because it's going to seal in all of that new added moisture into it, which is going to give your hair the proper environment and the proper conditions to thrive in. So you oil your scalp, you condition your hair, and then you go in with just a light amount of oil to seal in all of the moisture into your actual hair now. After I started to do this, I started to see a very, very big change in my overall hair growth. My hair almost started to double in length. I started to just see my hair straight up sprouting, and it makes a lot of sense because my hair usually wasn't in the proper conditions to be able to thrive like it is now. By making those huge changes, it brought me to where my hair is at today. But none of this matters if you aren't also following the last and final step, which is step 4, which is to repeat. I'll say step 4 is probably the most important step. Now, none of this at all matters if you aren't being consistent. I'm talking about consistently keeping your hair moisturized, consistently oiling your hair, consistently sealing that moisture in every single week as often as you need to. If you aren't consistent, your hair won't be consistent. So you might start seeing a big plus in growth, but if you stop, your hair is gonna stop. So if you can be consistent, I can guarantee you'll see a whole lot more results. But by following all 4 of these steps, I was able to get my hair from here to here in just a span of 6 months. And I'm confident if you follow all 4 of these, you'll be able to too. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave this video a like so that other people can enjoy it as well. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe with the bell. I know you're interested in hair since you're watching this video, and this channel is all about it. So go ahead and subscribe and turn on post notifications so that you can stay notified on when another amazing video drops. Head over to my Instagram and just give me a follow. I'm trying to get my Instagram followers up. At the very end of this video, I hand selected a video specifically for you, so be sure to check that one out as well. But yeah, that is all the time that I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for coming back and seeing me. I'm Kozak, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace out.